third base when I finally did catch a ball at third. And then I got ready to throw the ball to first. Guess who was playing first? Mickey Mantle was playing at first. And you couldn't throw it too high or off the left or right because Mickey couldn't move because he had the bad knee, so it had to be like right there. And when you try to aim a ball to make that perfect throw, it's going to be worse. So you're going to throw it over his head in the third. So needless to say, I was terrible at third base. And in 1968, when we came to spring training, Ralph Houk was the manager. And he called me in his office the first day and he said, Roy, no more third base. Don't worry about it. You're going to be in the outfield. Just go out there, get far away as possible, stay in the outfield, catch some fly balls. So I went in the outfield and started catching fly balls in the outfield. And in those days, Joe DiMaggio used to come down and work with the outfielders. And I had some tips from Joe on playing the outfield. And Tommy Tresh was an outfielder then. And he worked with me. And so I was like the number 4 outfielder starting the season in 1968 for the Yankees. And Johnny Keane was still manager, and Houk wasn't in yet. And so I was just a reserve. And the first road trip that season, we started off at home at Yankee Stadium, and we started off really bad. We were 1-10 or something like that. And our first trip was going to be out to play the Angels in Anaheim. And this was great for me because in spring training that year, my daughter was born, my first kid for my wife and I. And I'd never seen her. Because back then, they didn't let you go home. When your wife's going to have a baby, nowadays, Ellis left for 3 days, his wife's going to have a baby, see Ellis Rodriguez or whoever it may be. In those days, you didn't get to go, because you might not have a job when you came back. So anyway, the first trip was out there. This was going to be the first time that I saw my little baby girl, Lorena. And so I got back, and they went to our apartment, and that night she was crying all night. And I told my wife, hey, I'll stay up with her, don't worry, because I'm on the bench. Maybe I'll have the bench it late in the game, so I don't have to worry about that. So I stayed up all night with the baby, and the next day, Johnny Keane put up a lineup, and I was starting in right field. So that was good. I give credit to my daughter to this day that she kept me up and made me too tired to be nervous for the game. Because the first time up, I got a base hit, and the second time up, I decided to bunt, and it was perfect. I got another hit. Third time up, I hit a 2-run homer. We won the game, and I started the next night. And I got 2 more hits that night. So from that point, really, in 1968 to 1979, I ended up being a regular left fielder for the New York Yankees, and had the opportunity to play in 3 World Series, as was stated, 1976, 77 to 78, 77 to 78, especially great because we played the Dodgers, and me being from Los Angeles and having my parents able to come out to the games and see me play in a World Series out in California. And so that was great because every kid's dream, is really to be in a World Series and have a home run in the World Series. And that happened in 1978 in game number 3 after being down 2-0 to the Dodgers. That was the game that Greg Nettles and Elton Manuel plays at third base, which saved me a lot of running down to the left field corner. So I had a home run in the first inning, and we ended up winning that game 2-1. And we swept them after that, the next 3 straight, to beat the Dodgers in that World Series. So that was great, to really have that opportunity. And after that, actually, I went to Japan, as was stated, 1980, 81, and 82, played with the Tokyo Giants. And I played with Sadaharu Oh, the legendary home run hitter in Japan. That was my first year. It was his last year in 1980. And in fact, I'll tell you a story. The greatest day that I ever had as a hitter in baseball happened in Japan. Now, this was about June in Japan, and I was hitting about 240 or 250. And my wife and kids had just come to Japan because they were in school, and now they got out of school and they finally came. And my son came to the game that night. He was about 7 years old or something. But I was just starting to feel good, getting my swing down. I was feeling better, kind of adjusting to the Japanese style of pitching. And the first time up that game, I hit a home run, left-handed. Second time up, I hit a double and drove in a couple of runs. Third third time I came up, we were losing. I was batting right-handed, and we were down to a game-tying home run from the right-hand side. Then in the ninth inning, with the game tied and batting right-handed again, I hit my third home run, which won the game. Got the walk-off home run. So in that game, I was 4 for 4, had 3 homers, had 9 RBIs, and the headline in the Tokyo paper the next day was Saro hits his 700th